everybody, this is Miss Fitzgerald. I thought in addition to the Apex work, I would be posting some tutorial videos to help you out in case you are confused. Watching these videos is not required. I'm not going to be grading this, but it's just a good resource for you in case you're confused about the content covered in Apex. So today I wanted to go over writing chemical reactions and how they are represented. So this here is an example of a chemical reaction. And I'm going to go over the parts, and then I'm going to go over how you would write this in a sentence form. So when we look at this, everything before the arrow, this is your starting material, and we call these our reactants. Everything after the arrow is what you end up with after the reaction takes place, and these are called the products. Okay. Another thing that would be useful for us to know is these little things in the parentheses. This tells us the state of matter. So we could have solid, liquid, gas, or also aqueous. Aqueous means that it's dissolved in water. Okay? So here, this AQ represents aqueous. S represents solid. Again, we have AQ is aqueous, and S is solid. Now, we don't have any in this example, but we could have had a liquid, which would be represented with an L, or a gas, which would be represented with a G. Okay. Now, if we wanted to write this in a sentence, we need to know how to put this into words. So when we see a plus sign, we're going to write the word and. Okay. When we see this arrow, this is pronounced yields. Okay, so now the only thing we need to do is we need to use our naming rules to write these in word form. Okay, so we're going to go back and think back to when we talked about naming. You can review some of that and then use that to write this in a sentence. So how we would do this, I would say, okay, we know this is aqueous, so I write aqueous first. Cu, Cl2, Cu is copper, Cl is chlorine, and if you remember, this is a transition metal, so I would say copper, Roman numeral 2, chloride. Okay, aqueous copper 2 chloride, and, okay, so we're moving on to our next part. So this is solid. And Al, if you look on your periodic table, is just aluminum. Then we put this yields. This is aqueous here, our next part. AlCl3, aluminum is not a transition metal, so you would just write aluminum chloride. And for that plus sign, solid. And if you look on your periodic table, Cu is copper. So in sentence form, we have aqueous copper 2 chloride and solid aluminum yields aqueous aluminum chloride and solid copper. So I hope this clarified how to write chemical reactions and read them out loud to you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.